Hello everyone, it's Darkseeker here. Welcome to another video, and this is a very special video, one that's very close to my heart. This video showcases my journey to Legend rank. Now, we're going to look at my journey through rank 1 and then the final game that pushed me into Legend. It is my first time achieving Legend in this game, which makes me very, very proud. I used midrange hunter. And this is a journey from last season, actually, the June season, the end of the June season, showcasing that journey. And if you're interested in the wild mode ladder, and if you like playing midrange hunter, then you should consider this deck here by Snaker571's. So a massive thank you to Snaker571 for this deck. It's a really good deck. You've got a nice curve in the early game, fiery bat, web spinner. You can then hopefully get your scientists down and then draw into your 3-drops, like your animal companion or your bow to clear something on the board. You've got your shredders and your houndmaster, solid mid-game. Sludge Belcher, which is a tremendous taunt. Savannah Highmane, which is the best 6-drop in the game. Dr. Boom, double Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild, one of the biggest swing cards that you can have in this game on turn 8. It's aggressive, because Huffer can charge face. It's also defensive, because Huffer can charge into a minion. And at the same time, you have Misha as a taunt. Let's not also forget, if you have other minions on the board, when you play Call of the Wild, Leok will buff up those other minions. Now, the big star of this deck is N'Zoth the Corruptor. He'll bring back your Sludge Belchers. He'll bring back Savannah Highmane. He brings back the Parted Shredders, which is pretty good. Bring back Haunted Creeper, not so sure how good that is in the late game, but Haunted Creeper is very good still in the early game, and there is the Houndmaster synergy. So, this deck, really fun to play as well. It runs 2 traps, Explosive and Freezing, but notice one thing, I only run 1 copy of Mad Scientist. The original deck had 2, I took 1 out and I put Flare in. Why? Because Wild Mode Ladder is full of Secrets Paladins, it's full of, other hunters. So Flare is potentially a life-saver, particularly against Secrets Paladin. And Scientist, well, I think you only need 1 copy, because quite often I draw my traps before I draw the scientists, so yeah, 1 copy I think is fine. Let's have a look now at some of these games, and we'll look at my journey through rank 1 heading into Legend. Okay, this first game is against a priest. Now, this is a priest at Legend rank. This is interesting. I'm at rank 1, the priest is at Legend. And that's one of the things you often find with Wild Mode. There are so few players that you often end up facing the same people again and again and again. Now I have a web spinner. Sorry, excuse me. I have a web spinner. Now, web spinner, 1 drop is fine. I'm scared of a cleric. Wow. Use Shadow Word Pain. Okay, that's fine. You see, you'd think you'd save Shadow Word Pain for something bigger. I guess he's just really desperate for the board. And there's the Deathlord, and the Deathlord is, well, quite scary. It has 8 health. So I guess we play on curve, we play the animal companion here, I guess. See what we get. We do have the coin, it's worth remembering that. Unfortunately, you know, we're 1 mana off of a Haunted Creeper kill command play, but okay. Now this is interesting. Gets the Shredder. Huh. Well, if we KC that... Oh, we get a Shredder too. Okay. Keeping our Leok healthy here. And we go face. Now, he's probably going to trade the Shredder into the Leok. You'd assume, right? Even though there's a trap up, he doesn't know what it is. We know it's explosive. There's a Sludge Belcher. Oh wow, he didn't attack. He thinks it's freezing. Unbelievable. So, we are bluffing. We are bluffing a freezing trap. Huh. Oh well, sure. We could just KC that. I'm thinking we keep the Death Rattle intact on the Shredder. We could just KC, trade, and go face. The other option is we trade the Shredder in and use the Houndmaster on one of our beasts. But no, KC's fine, right? It's a clean kill. We maintain the Death Rattle. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we could have put Houndmaster on the Creeper to protect the Leok, but he didn't attack last turn. Will he attack this turn? Sometimes it's just best to proc the Freezing Trap, if you think it's Freezing Trap. Wow, he's just used Entomb on the Shredder, and he doesn't attack again. Unbelievable. Do you know, this Priest could in fact be winning this game at some point if you just attack into the Leok. You know, he could attack into the Leok, realise it's explosive or bear, and then just start building his board without fear. But he's playing it very conservatively. He's very scared of losing that Shredder on the board. And that does nothing for him. That's 7 cost, 5/5 without the Battle Cry. Oh well. Well, if he thinks it's freezing, we'll continue bluffing Freezing Trap. And so what we'll do, we make the decision of either going face or trading. Now, it's not lethal, because we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you put Houndmaster, Hero Power into play. Alternatively, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 if we use Unleash and Hero Power. Huh. Or Unleash Houndmaster gives us 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... Oh? Is that lethal? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... No, it's not. 14. Well, okay, we're still one off. And in this situation, well, we have Call of the Wild next turn, but we're going to trade. Why? Because we're ahead on board, and there's no reason to take a risk. There's no reason to take a risk in regards to something like Light Bomb. You know, if he's got Light Bomb, Flash Heal, or, I don't know, various other shenanigans that a Priest can do. But it's fine, we win the game, and this takes us one step closer now to Legend. It's pretty good. And we're going up against the same guy again, and again, this is indicative of Wild Mode. You often face the same people again and again, particularly late in the season when, you know, there aren't many people on the Wild Mode ladder. You know, those players that have got what they want in terms of ranking, have got what they want, and then don't bother doing any more. Scientist is pretty good here. It contests the 1/1. There is a problem that I have with Hunter, and that is that I often draw my traps before the Scientist, or they're in the hand together, which sort of makes the Scientist a little bit useless, really.
Death does not scare me.
And hello, there's the Death Lord, and we can't deal with it. Oh, maybe we can deal with it. I'm going to trade the Huffer in, because just in case he's got a way of dealing with Huffer. Holy Smite, I don't know. We may as well get the value from a Huffer trade while we can. Notice I'm not trading the Scientist into the Death Lord because I know that Freezing Trap is going to come out and I wouldn't want the Death Lord returning back to hand whilst it's injured because we get no value from it. We don't get the minion. Now, he can heal his Death Lord here and he chooses not to. Huh? He plays the Spinner. Okay, I don't get it, but it doesn't matter, because maybe this lets us win the game. Piloted Shredder comes out again from his Death Lord. That's the same thing as last game. Ooh, Vayne's chosen. for a trade. Really? Oh, Weblord. Not particularly great, but okay, I'll take it. He couldn't play Valens and Hero Power last turn, so we were able to get an easy trade there and preserve our weapon. Okay, Sludge Belcher comes down onto the board. Pretty good. Oh, he has a Sludge Belcher. Sure. Oh, hello, Dr. Six. But no. Animal Companion here is pretty decent, because what we can do with the Huffer now, well, we can clear the Belcher, but we can use our face, and we can use the Weblord. Now, this is a risky play. Turn 6, he could have Light Bomb. Light Bomb means the Belcher survives. Holy Nova also means the Belcher survives, but I lose the rest of my board, which is pretty bad. Light Bomb would be the best thing to see here, because it paves the way for Dr. Boom next turn, or for the Savannah Highmane. Okay, there it is, sure. We've seen one Light Bomb. And that's one of the issues in Wild Mode. Priest has access to all of the board clears. Light Bomb, Holy Nova, Excavated Evil, Arcanine, Circle, and so on. Whereas in Standard, Light Bomb's not a thing, so... Oh well. Okay, Shadow Word Death, he had an answer. And he's got a wolf. Okay, sure. So here, you know, we could just high main Hero Power, high main Creeper. I may value the Hero Power because we need to do damage. If he has more AoE, more board clears, we need to get the damage in now whilst we can. I think that's important. And not commit too much to the board either. Not putting the Creeper down also plays around Cabal Shadow Priest, which is a thing. Shadow Word Pain, okay, that's a clean way of getting rid of the Belcher, and now he can attack into the slide, that's fine. Gets rid of the Belcher completely, but there's a kill command. Now, I could KC the Belcher and see what the bombs do by trading the bombs into the slime. I can then play a Belcher of my own to protect the Highmane. Okay, so the bombs go 1 to the face, and then 3 to the face. Okay. Or I could just creep a Hero Power here. What am I protecting the Highmane from? Let's go for max damage. If he attacks face, he'll get the nasty surprise. And remember, this is the same priest that did not attack in the last game because he thought it was a freezing trap when it was actually explosive. And Museum Curator, he's looking for a taunt, Death Rattle taunt, maybe chill more. Doesn't really save him. I mean, chill more means he can't heal. Okay. Maybe he thought it was freezing again. Yeah, okay. And there we go, we beat the priest. Again, and we are now ever closer to legend. And here's a rogue. Right, bad opening hand, get rid of it all, goodbye. This isn't great. In fact, this is pretty poor. Quick Shot can kill something that he plays early, but Explosive is not what you want to see. Call of the Wild is definitely not what you want to see so early in the game.
I will be your
Oh god, I will be your death! Already starting with the threats. Oh, okay. Oh good, there's a 2-drop, so we can play that. And now we're in a good spot, because we have Eaglehorn Bow for turn 3 to kill a minion, alternatively Quick Shot. And the rogue does what a rogue usually does on turn 2, that's Dagger Up. Ooh, okay, he wants to kill the Creeper. Sure, be my guest. So Haunted Creeper just absorbed a Backstab and a Hero Power. That's actually pretty good value. The It's a shame it's not turn 4, because we can't play our Shredder, but we can play the bow, or just play the hero power. But setting up the bow is good, because we have a trap we can play. It also means that we can kill something, like that, and then play the Shredder safely. But that's not really the kind of minion you want to put a bow into, but it's a spell damage minion, and we don't want to leave those on board. You know, if I left that Blood Mage Thalnos on board, backstab for 3 on the Shredder would make me cry, so yeah, we had to clear it. But the rest of the hand is not looking great until turn 8.
So many wonderful
Alright.
poisons.
So, the 3-2, giving him the Toxin, I mean, that's not great for me. I have options now. I could just quick shot it, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to save the bow charge. I value the bow charge here, I really do. And I'm actually setting up a trap rather than the hero power. That may have been a misplay. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I can bluff freezing again. That priest fell for it in the first game, so maybe we can bluff freezing here.
I got the best
Oh
for
dear
you
lord.
anywhere.
Okay, maybe this game's over now. The rogue is now drawing pretty much every spell he can draw with the limited mana he had left. That's a problem. So maybe I'm just need to be aggressive now. Double Shredder on board is a super aggressive board because they hit face for 8. They also kill the Auctioneer, but do I just ignore the Auctioneer and just push everything face? I mean, that's 8 from the Shredders, 3 from the bow, that's 11, 13 including the hero power. Quick shot's another 3. I mean, we could probably try and kill him next turn. Possibly. Fan of Knives? Okay.
My hand is too
Oh
full.
god. He discarded a card. Shadow Step. Doesn't he run Dark Iron Skulker and then into Shadow Step? Or maybe it's Reno. And then Shadow Step into Reno. Huh. Cold Blood? Okay. Conceal. So he's not attacking. He thinks it's Freezing Trap. Ha! We just bluffed Freezing Trap again, and is this lethal? 8, 9, 10, 11... I can't count. We have a Beast, we have an Unleash, that's 6, that's not it. Wait, we have the Bow. That's lethal, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh wait, quick shot, unleash. Yeah, this is also lethal. Okay, I can't count. And do you know what it is? Usually I'm good at counting, but when you're under pressure, because you're 2 games away from Legend, it gets to you sometimes. Okay, this next game is a warrior called Researcher. Oh, that's interesting. We dump the terrible opening hand, and we get another terrible opening hand. Huh. And that's terrible. So, we're in trouble already. Now, one of the issues here with wild mode is you don't get win streaks past, and with standard, you don't get the win streaks past rank 5, which means the grind is very, very tough, and you can go forward a game, go back a game, go back 2 games, go forward 2 games, and not make any progress. And with an opening hand like this, I'm scared of losing and then going back a step, and the grind then really gets to you. A friend of mine called AKO, great Hearthstone player, he talks about pockets. And that's, you know, instances in the game, in the time frame of the game, where a deck you play does really, really well for several games, and you ride through the pocket of games, winning, 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 and getting the rank you need. And up until this point, I found a pocket. I found a pocket against that priest, for example, where I was able to get those wins. And against the rogue, where I was also able to win. I found 3 games, that's a pocket of 3 games, where I was able to use this deck to, you know, to its full potential and win. Against the warrior, it's a little bit more scary, because it's a warrior. And in wild mode, they have Death Spite, and there it is. Not playing the Fiery Bat because I know that there's a Death Rattle coming from that Death Spite. Ooh, Huckster. It's pretty good. Okay, maybe now I play the Fiery Bat just to get the KC value, knowing that it will die next turn. Or maybe I don't. I mean, I could bow trade Huckster into that thing. He'd be left with a slime, but I don't know. Is KC the right call here, knowing I'm putting a 1 health minion on the board and playing into Death Spite? What do we get? We get nothing. We get Alex Strauss's champion that does absolutely nothing. Okay. Alright. Well, we've got to play something then, right? Or do we? Do we just hero power? Did I misplay? Should I have played that and the KC? No, this is alright too. This is alright because he has to face tank it. He takes 4. And theoretically, the Houndmaster survives because... oh god. Here we go. It's now abundantly clear what kind of a warrior this is. This is Patron Warrior. And now we're in trouble. Oh! That was lucky. For once the RNG actually works out in my favour. It didn't hit a patron. Okay, so. He's at 16, I'm at 20. I have 4 on board, and there are patrons on board. We're going to clear a patron. And another one. Because we're scared. And we're going to clear that one too. So now he can't make more patrons. That was smart. The other alternative was to push all of that face, and I didn't even count whether I had any form of lethal or not. I didn't even count. Maybe I missed lethal. I'm sure somebody watching this video will look back on this and tell me that I did miss lethal in some capacity. And again, this is another issue with not with wild mode, with all modes of play. Why do I keep going back to wild mode? This is an issue with all modes of play. You know, when you're gambling it all away at a high rank, and you're gambling it all away because you're making these plays and you don't want to move back down the ladder because it took you so much time, energy and effort to get to where you were. And then sometimes you just miss things because you're under a lot of stress, you're under a lot of pressure. You know, there are very few players that make it to rank 1, and there are even fewer players who make it into legend. So the pressure is on. And usually I'm quite tough on myself when I record a game. I look back on it and I notice misplays. I'm quite hard on myself and I beat myself up over it. But at this point, you know, I'm not too fussed really, because I know the pressure was on and I know these games were pretty tough. And I've never been rank 1 before, so you know, I can cut myself a little bit of slack, but there's still Varnus. Now do I have lethal? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, hero power 12, 13. He's trading for some reason. He's going to execute it. Oh, he wants the armour. Smart guy. Finley? Okay. Oh, that's just empowered my Unleash the Hounds. Yeah, it's lethal. And we could be fancy with Flair too. So, by playing Finley, did he just kill himself? I guess he did. He was taking the gamble that I wouldn't have Unleash. Wait, even with 2 minions on board, would it have been lethal? And what's ironic is he drew Finley, he drew the priest hero power from Finley, hoping to heal himself. And here we go again against this warrior, Researcher. Okay, going up against Researcher again. And that's a terrible opening hand. Double Shredder. Good for turn 3 with the coin and good for turn 4, but we need something for turn 1 and turn 2. And okay. The bow is a potential turn 2 play with the coin. Oh, okay. Winax. So having faced this guy before, we know what to expect. So I'm just going to play the Freezing Trap over the hero power, just because I want value on my weapon the following turn, potentially. The other alternative is we just play, we coin a Shredder next turn, and whatever he plays gets returned back to hand. Okay, so we do coin the Shredder, and that is pretty strong, because we have a Shredder for next turn as well, if need be. Okay, so he uses the axe, we have the Freezing Trap up, and we get the Whirling Zap. Wow, that's an incredible find. That is 6 to the face if he does not clear it. That's pretty incredible. Let's see what he's got. What solution does he have? What is he willing to invest to kill the Whirling Zap? Well, there's an Acolyte. And a Whirlwind. So does that mean execute? Oh, okay. In a rage. That's absolutely fine. So, you know, those are cards that he'd have liked to have used in other ways, and we denied it. So I think here killing the Acolyte is fine. We could play on curve with his Shredder, but no, it's fine. We want to ensure that we only give him 2 cards out of this Acolyte and not have an opportunity for a 3rd card. With a warrior like this, it is all about the card draw, and if they get combo pieces in hand, enough cards in hand, you know, for patron plays or whatever it is, because we didn't Rage and Whirlwind, so if they get combo pieces in hand, it can spell the end, basically, so we've got to be really careful here. Misha is good, we have the Freezing Trap up, and we have the bow, so there is no better value on a secret than a piloted Shredder charging in, returning to hand, and giving you a buff on the bow. This is such good value, because that Shredder is now expensive. It's like a better version of Sap that rogues play in many ways, except you get a weapon buff, and their minion becomes more expensive. Freezing Trap is so good. But he has a Death Spike. Okay, well, that's a bit unfortunate, because we lost our Misha, but we're going to snap play here. Yeah, high main comes down, we start to push face, and we're trying to be a little bit more aggressive now. The idea is that Savannah high main, hopefully next turn, will just go face. And then there's Amaz's high main rule. Amaz, if you watch his stream when he plays Hunter, you know, he's always said in the past, the high main rule, if the high main goes face after the turn it was played, you win the game. Because that's such a massive impact, it being allowed to go face that following turn. So how does he get rid of this high main? This is the question. Ooh, Sylvanas, who has no time for games. Well, do you know what? That's one way of getting rid of a high main, via a trade, potentially. I don't have an answer to Sylvanas, and this is a problem, and we don't run silence effects in this deck. He gets rid of the Haunted Creeper, which I found interesting. I mean, maybe trying to block me on a Houndmaster play with the Creeper. Well, we're going face. That's happening. And we just flood the board. We play stuff. If in doubt against Sylvanas, if you can't deal with her, play stuff. that's pretty much the only solution. Go face and play stuff, and don't spend too long thinking about it, because I'm going to make the assumption that she trades, yes, she trades into the Shredder to try and steal the High Main. Will he steal that? No, he unlucky. He does not steal the High Main. He steals the Haunted Creeper, and yes indeed, sir, that was an error. Because now look at our hand. Oh yes, execute, don't care, because look at our hand. Don't care, look at our hand. Call of the Wild and N'Zoth the Corruptor. Well, we're getting a High Main back in a couple of turns, that's for sure. But actually, am I miscalculating lethal here? Should I just have played Call of the Wild? Or do we have lethal with kill command? So this is the question. Go face, go face. Here we can afford to hero power, we can afford to unleash the hounds, and we can afford to win, to kill him. And there we go. Didn't even need Call of the Wild, unleash the hounds, and a kill command. Well, that was all it took. And that is our journey into Legend. And we get rank 60 Legend. Boy, am I proud of that. That's pretty incredible. So there we go. Rank 60 Legend. My biggest achievement in this game so far. I was so thrilled, so chuffed. We get the card back, which is nice, so I can show that off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're just going to take another look at this deck. So, you know, we're going to obviously apply the card back. You know, that has to be done. How can I miss it? There it is. Oh, no, missed it again. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so, yeah, make favourite. So we've got the Legend card back. Massive achievement. Yeah, and there we go. Right, let's take a quick look at this deck again, just a bit of a quick recap. Death Rattle minions, N'Zoth the Corruptor, Call of the Wild, and it's over. That is pretty much the late game, and if you get your early game with your traps and your bows and your shredders, well, you're set to win. Good luck everyone, I hope you can all get Legend 2, try this deck out, it works very well.